What's going on, you guys? So Frank the Ghost Martin, impressed. And like I told you guys, the best comes from the Midwest. Hit that like button for your boy. We on Bushido Boxing TV. This is where we gonna be. But Frank Martin went out there and schooled Michel, Lil Ali, Rivera last night. Absolutely schooled him. I mean, watching the fight, right? And I meant to do a post-fight reaction. I had everything ready. Next thing I know, I wake up, it's like 2, 3 in the morning, right? I came from a Christmas party, got home, watched the fight. I dozed off, right? Right after the fight, I was ready to do live, and I dozed off and woke up. It was 3 o'clock, so I missed the post-fight reaction. But here it is today. And Frank Martin, man, what could I say? Very, very impressive. Very impressive, Frank Martin. Oh, my goodness. I didn't expect it to be so one-sided last night. I didn't expect that. I expect Michel Rivera to it was a 50-50 type of fight going in. It didn't look like that once it started. It didn't look like it was a 50-50 fight at all. It looked like it was a mismatch. Frank Martin was faster, stronger, just overall better than Michel Rivera. Michel Rivera kept leaning to his right. It's almost like they didn't even prepare for a southpaw. It's almost like he wasn't training to fight a southpaw. It's almost like they didn't bring southpaw sparring in to help prepare for Frank Martin. Frank Martin showed up and showed out, showed a lot of techniques, showed a lot of talent. Frank Martin, in my opinion, is the most talented fighter Derek James got. When we talking pure talent, Frank Martin has got it. He's got it. And like I told you guys, the best comes from the Midwest. That's right. Yes. Derek James is a great coach. And I think that's where AJ needs to go. And I think that's where AJ should have went the first time. Right? But Frank Martin is the most talented guy he got. And for a dude that started boxing at 18 years old, I mean, come on. With that much talent, skill, speed, the techniques that he was using in the fight, Frank Martin is a natural. He's a natural at this. And I think a statement was made last night. I think Frank the Factor Martin, that's what I'm going to call him. He's a factor. He ain't no ghost. He's the factor at 135. Speed, power, and he's only going to get better. The difference between him and a lot of the other fighters is that they've been doing this a lot longer than Frank. And while they may be doing it longer, Frank is fresher. Fresh Frank went up in there, and I don't even know if Michel Rivera is going to be the same after that type of performance. When the guy usually gets beat like that from pillar to post, gets dropped and everything else, it's going to be really, really hard to psychologically come back from that. Man, it's going to be hard for him to come back. I mean, he had the height advantage, he had the reach advantage, and it just didn't matter. It wasn't a factor for Frank. It just wasn't a factor. Very impressive Frank Martin last night, man. Very, very impressive. I think he's a key player in the lightweight division right now. Now, could he beat guys like Shakur, and all those type of guys? I don't know, but he definitely put on the show, and really, if I'm honest, he showed a lot of talent. I was really impressed by Frank last night. I was very impressed. I mean, I didn't expect it to go the way it did, per se. I didn't expect it to
enjoy it, but any talk of what you want to do next? Can you shed some light on who you want to call out next?
Give them all. We want them all. We want them all. So we can get Devontae Davis. We can get Devin Haney. We can get any of those top guys. We ready. I see Rolly in here. Rolly, my guy. We can get it in too. Let's make it happen, man.
Hey, Frank said he ready for everybody. Bam! Hey, Indiana, stand up, man. Hell the fuck yeah, bro. Frank the Factor Martin put on a hell of a show last night, man. Hey, look, I'm stunned. I'm actually really surprised that Michel Rivera got absolutely schooled last night, man. Absolutely schooled, man. I really don't know what else to say. We all saw the fight last night. Combinations was on point. He took away Michel Rivera's jab, which is his best weapon. He took it away early in the fight. I mean, he shows what I'm really most impressed about for Frank is that he started boxing at 18 years old, and he displays a high IQ in there. His IQ is really high, and this is why I say he's the most talented guy that Derek James got. He's the most talented guy. He's quick on his feet. He got speed. He's twitchy. He throws combinations. He got an IQ in there. His defense was on point. Frank was phenomenal last night. He was phenomenal in there against Michel Rivera. 2 undefeated young fighters, everything on the line. You know, it was no world titles and nothing. These type of fights typically don't happen in the sport of boxing today. They don't really happen in the USA like that. Now in the UK they do this, where 2 prospects or 2 young contenders are, you know, and I guess you could say Alamante Stanionis and Virgil Ortiz is doing the same thing, but it don't happen like this because these guys, man, I'm impressed, man. Michel Rivera, he had to go back to the drawing board. He wasn't necessarily fighting like Ali. He should have been moving to his left. He was not moving to his left. He kept moving to the right, and Frank just, anytime he throw his left hand, it was going to land. It was crazy. But Michel Rivera, he displayed a really, really low IQ in there last night. Total contrast from what people was believing going into the fight and from what we've been seeing from Rivera. He displayed a pretty decent IQ, but it seemed like they didn't even prepare for Frank Martin. It seemed like they didn't prepare for a southpaw. It seemed like they didn't expect Frank to be so fast, so strong, right? Dropped him in the 8th round and just really beat him down, man, you know? And it's going to be really hard for Lil Ali to, in my opinion, it's going to be kind of hard for him to psychologically come back from this. He's going to have to he may have to switch some things up too. He may have to switch some things up, man. He got the frame, he got the talent, you know, to do better. But it's almost like they didn't really prepare for Frank. It's almost like they didn't prepare for him. So, yeah, man, really good fight, man. I'm impressed. Frank Martin, the best comes from the Midwest. I told you guys that before. We'll keep stressing on that. Yeah, he trains down at Oak Cliff with Derek James, but he's from here, right? So, yeah, very impressed, man. Now, how does he stack up with the other lightweights like Keyshawn, Shakur Devin, all those guys? Only time will tell, man. But, hey, I think Frank could give him hell. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.